right back in Blagoevgrad. It was a pretty intensive day. Going to have a glass of wine or some chicken with rice and vegetables. And yeah, gonna look at the pictures. So cheers from the first floor of this cool restaurant where I've been before in summer. Blagoevgrad, I was on the ground floor, had a really good pasta. So I'm curious what the chicken will be like. Cheers! So I got a chicken cutlet with a sort of red rice, very nice, and the kind of sauce. Vegetables as well. Yeah, this looks actually quite delicious. So, good evening from Blagoevgrad. Okay, just because I cannot get enough of Bulgarian wine, I have a second glass, which is a Chardonnay Bulgarian. I have a creme brulee, which looks delicious as well. This is a bit of a more, let's say, one of the better restaurants in the city. I'm alone right now, almost. And that's not because it's a quiet night. It's actually a holiday, so it's kind of busy. But because this is the non-smoking floor, and a lot of people smoke. So they sit downstairs smoking, and I sit here not smoking. So I'm kind of happy with that. This looks great. I'm going to enjoy my creme brulee. This is the Rubenski monastery. It's probably near the mountain of Rouen, where I haven't been either. Also first time is at this monastery. Doesn't look very old, but well maintained and very cute. It's high up in the mountains, near the village of Skrino. So nice and green. There's almost nobody here, so I have the whole week to explore rural Bulgaria on my own, which is cool. Let's have a look. They have a little store, bell tower, there's water, and the church itself. And the inside of the church itself. Yeah, it all seems relatively new, so perhaps not the most interesting one, but still beautiful. Isn't this the land of fairy tales? It's so pretty, everything. Zero tourism. Just like if this was in France, I'm sure it would be very popular. But here you're all alone. So there in the back is Rila again, the mountain. There's just a lot to see here. So the monastery is actually new since the 90s, but built on top of a much older monastery. The Saint Ivan Rilski was born here in the village of Skrino, and it is believed that before he went to the Rila monastery to establish it there, he was praying here, probably when there was no monastery still, but he prayed in a cave which is up here in the forest, where I can also walk if it's not too far. And there's also a viewpoint from where you can see the Rila Mountains, Vitosha, and the Verila Mountain. This is a holy forest, at least uphill from the cross, where the forest gets very thick. pilgrims are supposed to have left, or said to have left, pieces of clothes on the trees. Here you can see, you can go to the Ayasmo, which is a sort of water, let's say fountain, Peshtera, the cave, and the cross on the left. Let's go to the cave first and check it out. So I had like over a full week of vacation, and I could have done something more exotic than Bulgaria, because I was considering any country that's open, for example Mexico, Tajikistan, or no, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan. But I don't want to do this hassle again, like in Egypt. It was a lot of work to do it. And frankly, this is much more enjoyable. How green it is, how fresh. I don't see a reason to leave Bulgaria in springtime to go to a desert. It's a bit of a profanity, let's say. Now that I realize how beautiful and fresh this is. There's no better time to be here, so no reason to leave either. I always like to push the limits, that's why I was considering going. But I stepped back and said no, let's stay in Bulgaria. There's no better place to be right now. Perhaps in general. Wow. And I don't regret my decision. Look how clean, fresh, just fantastic. There's nothing wrong with being here even the whole year, and even for much longer if I have to avoid complications with travel, because you have everything here, a whole world in one country, let's say. Wow, very special. Look at this. There's a cave. This is Saint Ivan Rilski. It's very hot. Oh, wow. Can you imagine this hermit? Saint Ivan Rilski right there. Probably bats. Came here to pray on his own. See? 1,000 years ago. I can imagine, like, I like to be alone and I go to secluded places, but to dedicate your whole life to one, let's say, life in the rocks, too much of a city boy for that. I like my comforts, but yeah, I can see what he meant when he went to search for tranquility. Just walk up a random hill, find a cave and go live there. Like, I don't know how, but he probably ate herbs and stuff, which I guess were a lot more plentiful than right now. I guess if you know what to eat, it's fine. And I really enjoy the traveling alone. It's the most calming and peaceful thing in the whole world to me. Like, I know very few other people that do it like this, like do a road trip on their own. For me, it's like pure meditation, very calming to the soul. I've done road trips with friends, or at least who I thought were friends, but kind of broke up the friendship after years, like watered down. Partly because of me, of course, but I couldn't do it with. It felt too forced. I didn't enjoy it. I was continuously on edge. I guess it's just introversion of a sort. Unless it's like a really good friend where I can truly let go, I can do it. Especially if it's for an extended time, like a week. It's just not for me. I don't enjoy it. But if it's long, I've done solo trips for 3 months on end. It was the best time of my life. Just nothing forced, everything truly flowing naturally and relaxed. It's the best thing in the world for me. And that was in 2013. And I basically never stopped the solo travel. I remember I got a lot of flack for that. Initially, like, why do you travel alone? It's weird. It's boring. Now I just think, no, it's you who's boring. It's me who's out and about and you're at home watching TV. Like, there's nothing boring about it. If someone likes watching TV, I won't judge them for it. Do your thing. But don't judge someone else for wanting to explore, even if it's on their own. All of the main big travelers want to explore on their own as well. I wonder what my life would have been like if the world hadn't been explored. Like I was born 1,000 years ago. I probably would have been a lot more excited and dedicated my whole life to it, let's say. To truly map out things. Over there is the Rila Mountains. Look how beautiful it is from here. From the other side. From the foot of Rouen mountain. Just a piece of paradise here. If you would walk here, you will actually really be impressed by how wide the landscape is and everything. And here's the view.
Е много труден.
Холандски?
Да,
Много.
нито е немски, нито е френски.
Нито нищо.
Да, много сложен. Гущерче.
Да.
Какво ви?
Amazing view. The whole south Bulgaria.
Не ви чувам, извинявайте. Вашата страна.
А, не, аз снимах за... Имам YouTube канал. И затова...
Супер, супер YouTube канал.
Да, за България.
Браво.
Моето име Леон.
Да го видим и ние в YouTube. Как се казва?
Да, ще ви дам визитка.
Не, кажете ни, ние ще го намерим.
Ама няма, защото моето име трудно се пише. Ще ви дам визитка.
Леон?
Какво снимате?
Да. Много неща за пътуване в България.
О, супер, ще
Да.
се абонирам. Женя ми пратиш
Леон?
Да? Де?
Нека да го напиша.
Може ли аз да пиша? Защото трудничко.
Да ми пратиш името му. Да се
Добре, сега
абонирам.
ще го пратим
Това е.
на теб и на Весел.
И ще намерите.
Вини,
Да.
Давай, Вини.
Пишем от София.
Мога да ви слагам в клипчето.
Ще станем известни.
Айде, чао!
Чао!
So yeah, cool place, kind of busy, so I can't really, sit here and meditate. But everybody has the right to come enjoy this view. I'm gonna move on because I've been here for like half an hour. It's just an amazing place to be. Yeah, again, one of my favorite views of Bulgaria. Must be